Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very exciting video, at least for me. It's one of these videos that would really excite me to watch, so I decided to actually make it instead of look for someone else to show me. And this is my collection of green single eyeshadows. Ta-da! Here they are all here, and you can see how many shades of green you can have. These are yeah, my pride and joy. You know, I'm a collector of single eyeshadows, and I decided to put all of my green shadows together as a part of my green makeup month of March, a monochromatic month. We're gonna do all green stuff. I have already filmed and uploaded this eye look or makeup look in general, and you can find it linked in the cards up here, and go check it out if you want to see how to recreate this look. And today we're gonna go through all of these eyeshadows. I'm gonna swatch them and give you my review of them and my opinion and how I use them, because yeah, these are just my favorites and all of the green eyeshadows I actually own. So without further ado, let's get started with the swatches. So I'm going to start with the matte olive greens that I used in the look I'm wearing today as well. And starting with Lethal Cosmetic Recluse. You have seen this in action in the look I posted recently, and this is a yellow toned, quite light green. And its partner in crime, let's say, is the shade Habitat, which is a more leafy green and a bit darker shade. Very pretty, both of them. I have used them both very happily. The next shade is from Inglot, and it's the shade number 56. As you can see from the swatch, this is not very pigmented. Here is the pan, and you can see that it looks like a very promising green, but it has a micro glitter, and this doesn't show up on the arm at all. Then we move on to darker shades, and starting from one of my oldest greens, this is Makeup Geek Dirty Martini, and it is gorgeous. It blends really well. It has a great formula. Definitely a recommendation. Another one that is absolutely underrated is from Hean Cosmetics. It's a Polish brand, and this is the shade number 812. It's a beautiful, slightly grayer, slightly warmer green than Dirty Martini. Then Radikal by Nabla Cosmetics. This is the darker one than the ones you've seen so far, and it has even a little bit of a deeper gray undertone. And the final shade for this round is Team Captain by Colourpop, which is the darkest olive green that I own. And I can recommend all of these except for the Inglot one, and you can definitely see why. The next group we're gonna do are the shimmers, and I'm starting with Citron by Nabla Cosmetics, and this is a dirty gold, but it pairs really well with these shades, especially with the first matte shade we looked at earlier. The second shade is Jester by Makeup Geek. This is a foil eyeshadow, and it is a green base with a gold shimmer on top. It is very beautiful, very striking on the eye. Similar, but yet a little bit cooler, is Colored Raine Side of Olives. This is also a green with a gold shimmer, but the green is a little bit cooler toned than Jester. Then on the darker side, we have Extravirgin by Nabla Cosmetics. This is a bit less foiled and a bit darker than the other two. It is more, let's say, sophisticated than the others that are very much in your face. Then another foiled by Makeup Geek is Take Two, and you can see it's very similar to Extravirgin, but it has that extra kick of shine that the foiled eyeshadows of Makeup Geek have. And the final shade and the darkest one of this lot is Venom by Makeup Geek, and this is a regular eyeshadow shimmer from them, not a foiled eyeshadow. These are gorgeous, and my heart rejoices every time I swatch them. Beautiful, beautiful shades. Then we are moving on to some duochromes. This is one of my favorites ever, and this is Tea Garden by Colourpop. It's not per se a green, but it kind of calls for a green shift. with a very warm hazelnut base or terracotta base. It's gorgeous, one of my favorite shadows in general. Next one is Typhoon by Makeup Geek, and this is a teal base, let's say, with a green shifty shimmer on the top. And finally Sideline by Colourpop, which is a darker brown with a light green shift. Of these, my recommendation is definitely Tea Garden. The other ones are okay, but not as spectacular. Then I'm also going to add a few lighter greens here. This is Leafing So Soon by Makeup Geek, and it's a light green with a gold shimmer on top. It's a regular signature eyeshadow, not a foiled, so you can see that the shimmer is quite subtle on here. Then Up and Up by Colourpop, which instead has a more blue toned base with a slightly cooler toned shimmer, but still quite goldy. This also is a regular shimmer. Nothing spectacular, I have to say. And then for comparison, we have Fantasy by Makeup Geek, which is a foiled eyeshadow. And it's a very light, cool toned green. Aquamarine, I would say, maybe. So these are the more shifty and lighter greens in my collection. Of these, I would definitely recommend Fantasy and Tea Garden. Some of my favorite shadows in the whole world. Now moving on to the cooler toned greens, starting with Devinah Cosmetics Envy, which is a very light minty green, let's say. Then we have Epic by Makeup Geek, which is one of the most gorgeous shadows ever made. It is a shiny foiled forest green, absolutely beautiful. And one of the new Colourpop eyeshadows that I've showed you in a video recently, this is Conjour Up, and it is a medium toned green, and it's a cooler green that can tend very teal depending on what you put on it, or more green. Then for the darkest ones, we have Envy by Makeup Geek, which is a dark, almost black base with some subtle green shift. I don't like this shade very much, I don't use it often. Then we have Enchanted Forest, which is not swatching well. Also from Makeup Geek, let me give it a second pass. This is actually a shade I use a lot because it's a very, very dark green, and it's perfect to deepen the outer corner of any green look. I really, really like it. Even though it doesn't swatch great, it works really well on the eye. And finally from We Makeup, this is the shade number 310. And it is a beautiful forest green. I really like their shimmers and duochromes and metallic eyeshadows, whereas their mattes are terrible. So you can go see that review if you want to see what shades I do recommend and what I don't, and how they perform on the eye. But this is a very nice array of eyeshadows, I think. Moving now to the acid and light greens, starting on the more yellow spectrum. This is Rosé All Day by Colourpop. I hunted this one down because I've wanted it for quite a long time. It's a beautiful eyeshadow, quite light and golden, but still with a green tint. I had to get it as soon as it came back in stock after a long time being discontinued, apparently. The next shade is a newer one from Colourpop. This is called Deja Vu, and this is a little bit disappointing, to be honest. I haven't really found a way to make it look better. As you can see, Rosé All Day is much more metallic than Deja Vu. It's still quite a pretty shade. And then we have Limelight by Makeup Geek. This is the first of the more lime greens, and it's a foiled eyeshadow. It is absolutely stunning. Beautiful in the inner corner if you use it with all dark greens on the rest of the eye. Then we have more light greens, also from Makeup Geek. This is Fuji. It's a very light green with a little bit of a shimmer, micro glitter in it, but it appears mostly matte. Not great pigmentation. I would not recommend this eyeshadow. Whereas I would definitely recommend Vertex by Lethal Cosmetics. This is so absolutely gorgeous. Lethal Cosmetics also has a matte version of this, and I have not been able to buy it yet because it was always out of stock, and then I'm trying to be more savvy with my expenses, so I haven't bought it yet, but it's a beautiful shade. And finally, a must-have, I think, if you love greens, this is Inglot, the Freedom Eyeshadows number 288, and this is a matte light green, and it is essential if you want to do green in your crease. It is beautiful. I've used it on Instagram looks often, especially in fall with the Halloween looks. Definitely a must-have. From this array, I would recommend Rosé All Day, Limelight, and Vertex, and Inglot 288. These are the best ones of this color family. Finally, the last shades in my green palette. This is Inglot 412. It is a light shimmery green, nothing special. I wouldn't run out and buy it. Then Devinah Cosmetics Viridian, which is a true green. It's not the easiest to blend and to work with, but it's a nice color. What I do prefer instead is the Inglot mattes. This one here is the shade, I don't know the number, 331. And this is a beautiful mid-tone green, and it is my favorite formula to use for these bright colors. However, you need to be careful because this next shade is the shade number 333. And if you're not careful, you're just gonna buy two shades that are extremely close and you won't be able to use them for different things. Let's say 333 is a little bit darker compared to 331. And the final green eyeshadow I have is MAC Humid. This is a regular shimmer. It's nothing special. It's a bit of a satiny finish and a mid-tone green. I don't per se enjoy it more than anything other, to be honest. Of this lineup, I definitely recommend the two Inglot shades here in the middle, 331 and 333. And with this bunch, we've gotten to the end of my green eyeshadows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below which ones are yours favorite green single eyeshadows, and I will make sure to add them to my list, even though I think I'm pretty set with green for life. Next time we're gonna take a look at different shades of green in the tutorials, and then we're gonna go into the eyeshadow palettes with green eyeshadows. I hope you guys enjoy. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye!